today. Good evening to you all. Welcome back to Quincy Talk again. It's a beautiful day. Today we talk about another beautiful topic, another lovely discussion, something very, very important to discuss about. It's really amazing that we are going to be talking about beautiful, beautiful discussion today again. Very, very beautiful. Good evening to you too. Please kindly share so that we can go in and discuss it today. Good evening to you too. Good evening. Before we start, just sharing. Just sharing. And so that we can start today. Good evening to you too. Good evening. Good evening to you. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Almost there. Almost there so that we can start. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening to you too. Good evening to you too. Good evening to you too. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening to you. So, good evening to you and welcome back to Quincy. A beautiful evening. A beautiful evening where we can discuss about good information for our well-being. Please, if you are just seeing me for the first time, please kindly share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's very important you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please, thumbs up, and share so that we can continue to do this live video. So today we'll be talking about soul swapping. Soul swapping. What is soul swapping? Why did soul swapping happens? Soul swapping. What is soul swapping? What is that thing that make soul to swap from one body to another? If you'll be following my broadcast, if you'll be following my channel, you will understand that I've always been talking about spirituality, awakeness, knowledge, so forth and so on. I will always be talking about it in every now and then. Please, YouTube people, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please, thumbs up. Subscribe, please. Thumbs up, and subscribe. So, and today we are talking about soul swapping. Soul swapping. Like I'm not getting enough internet. And it's going. Why is it not connected? I'm just trying to get it. Okay, see now. Okay, see here. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just Hopefully you get good, but I have no idea where it is. It's not sure. It's like it's freeze. Say my video is freeze. But because yesterday a lot of people said I wasn't online and I came online. But you know, can be network, but it's fine. So just hope that everything gets better. So today we are talking about soul swapping. Let me bring out my instruments. You know, I can easily uh, look for something that will help me to make this illustration go better. When we talk about soul swapping, I have these children's toys. Broadcast ended. Could you continue? Something I want to know. Let me feel. I need to I need to restart YouTube live video because it just cut me down. Yesterday I was surprised that I was online. People said they didn't see me online. That was interesting one. Okay, let me start again. So swap swapping. Let me just see if it will go. So no. Okay. So just hope that they connect, because this place just freeze. And let me just see if it connects. Just hoping that it connect. Okay, it's like it's connected. Let me see. It's like it's connected. It's like it's connecting, but let's just hope. Because it's not showing that somebody is watching here. But we just see it's going well. So now we are going to talk about soul swapping. So if you hola, comensta. Uh, so we're talking about soul swapping. What is this soul swapping? And what is soul swapping? And hi, hi, hi. So what is this soul swapping and why does this soul swapping happen? First of all, we have to understand that and soul is like a driver that drives a vehicle. And this body is the vehicle that we are using to exist on this realm, that we are wearing to live on this realm. Okay, so this body that is like a vehicle. Otherwise, initially we are spirit, so we float. That's why people who can leave the body, go to different places, and still move on and still come back and return back to their bodies, not because they are possessed or witch or whatever thing that people might assume them to be, but it's because they have a high energetic frequency that make them be able to do things like that. Not something scary. Is in that world is normal. Maybe for some people who don't have it, it might be feel abnormal, but it's not really abnormal. It's just actually normal. Okay, let me just quickly share since it's new. So just a moment. So now when we talk about soul, soul is the driver that drives this body. And this body, because that soul itself is a spirit. So now that soul live in this body that look, it's like a vehicle. Last time I talked about people who go to space, those space or people, what they wore, those their space suit is like that. They need that space suit in order for them to be able to go to space, so that they don't get burned with their health skin, their earthly skin. So they wore those things to, make them to be able to go anywhere they like. Now, as you and I are living in this room, we need this body. That's this. We need it to live here on this place. Otherwise, we'll just be floating like spirit, like ghost. But, these are the things. So now we are talking about soul swapping. Like how did one soul move from one body and goes to another body? Now, first of all, we have to understand that a soul is a spirit, but is a spirit, is a consciousness body being that can, you know, be able to move. Okay, let me break it down like your vehicle. Your vehicle is this body, and you inside that vehicle, you are the driver. And because you are the driver, meaning you can easily, sit in that car, drive it as much as you like. And when you are done, you park it, you go. Or you can also decide to say, okay, I don't want this car anymore. I want to drive another car. Mind you, it is still the same person driving whatever car that you want to drive, irrespective of which car you are driving. Even you are driving expensive, low or no low, is still the same driver. It doesn't matter. So when we talk about soul swapping, it is the ability whereby a soul swap with another person. And mainly, it is not a good thing to do, mainly. But because a lot of negative people, they do it or does it a lot for their soul, for their solely uh, purpose or solely gain. People can swap souls. When someone passes away and that person does not want to go, what they do, they can capture that person and swap it with a new person. That means that person can continue to exist on this realm whereby the body can still be taken out and be buried. Fine. But the soul of that person has not gone away out of this realm, but still living on this realm. It happens a lot, like mega a lot. And soul swapping is not something that like kind of funny or easy to do. You have to be spiritually being for you to understand or know what is going on in soul swapping. So, for example, I would make use of the people that a lot of you knows, and that are musicians. Before a musician, maybe if you know of any musician, just go and look before that person become famous and where the person is now. You will understand that they are totally different beings. And don't forget, this body is a vehicle, meaning anybody can drive it, irrespective of what that person may be. Anybody can solely drive it. So now, if that person basically switch with anybody, that means that body can be taken up. So this happened a lot with the musician, especially when they go down to the dark road, into the negative force, and ask for power and ask for money or ask for whatever thing they will ask for. So what they do, they swap. They swap their soul, irrespective of whatever the person may desire. They collect the person body and they give him. In most cases, those people, they capture the main soul person and put it somewhere else. And while the dark forces, will continue to use that body. Just like this. Let me make an example. This is a soul, this is a body, this is a body, and this is a soul. So now this person is riding on this body. Yeah. And because this person becomes so greedy of life that he or she wants to have some things that are not basically designed, and he go to the dark forces to ask for help, what the dark forces do, they will capture this force, this, the real soul, they will capture it and replace it with. So when you still see the person, you will still be seeing the normal being of, the physical being of that person. But unfortunately, you will not be seeing that same character or energy of that person anymore. And that is why when you see some people, you see their energy just change. And you kind of like, is it the same person with that energy or is different person? The thing is that when a soul is being swapped, so you feel different energy. And because everybody will have specific energy, designed or tailored to us. So because it's designed and tailored to us, that means we and each and everyone have unique form of energy. So when this energy is being swapped, ordinary people will not see it, but the people that have spiritual knowledge will be able to tell that it is not the soul that was in that body that is still living in this body now. It has been swapped. And when that happens, the male soul of that person is being captured and caged down. So they will not be using that body as a means to do whatever evil they do. And these things happen a lot in the music industry. You see someone before he become before when he's just singing and making good stuff, everything is just all of him suddenly starts to sing rubbish and is going so viral. And you will be asking yourself, but this person's song is totally useless. It has no meaning, it doesn't have to have meaning. What it has to what it is that body is being captured and that soul is being captured and the body is being used by a negative energy force, and so they are using it as a tool to pour out negative energy out there so that people can absorb it. And when you absorb it and you are vibing to those negative songs, you are programming your frequency. Song is a spell, like people casting spell. Prayer is a spell. All of these things, they are all spell. Everything that you say with your mouth and couple with your emotion, you are casting out a spell. If you are angry or you are so emotionally and you just say some things, you didn't actually like kind of say, oh, I wish this so a person A die, and you are emotional about it. You just cast a spell. So for you saying that and it happens, that means you have energetic force that can capture those energy. You understand? So what happened is when these people switch these souls, they began to use it for the word. You see people who become automatically a musician, for example, and they become to do all sorts of negative things. Like one that I was looking at last time, it was about a few days ago. I was just looking at this person and say, oh, what a shame. This person is not the one there. But a lot of people will not know it is not that soul that is there. It is totally a dark force using that body, you know, to do all kinds of negativity. And the person is just all the song the person was just singing. To me, it was just rubbish, and it just blah 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 blah, blah casting a lot of spells out there. And foolishly enough, this is where it get weird. Foolishly enough is that people are singing this song, you are automatically reprogramming yourself negatively, casting spells into your life negatively. And that is why it is very, very vital that when you get a song that you are singing, try to understand the efficacy of that word written in it. Because it is not just a song, it is a spell. And that spell is being cast. So when you are repeating it, imagine repeating negative words to yourself. What would that happen? What would that happen? It is a disaster. So the same thing that happens. So when people go out there and be singing on the song and blah 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 blah, and they are dancing to it because whatever maybe triggered them, you know, it is reprogramming. They are returning themselves. And that is why this song that has useless meaning, that is totally meaningless, that has no purpose, no goal, will just be so much in the world. And you will be asking yourself, but this song is totally useless. Because when the dark forces that rule, that has access to that body, uses that body, they use it to pour as this spell over the world. And people breathe it in like a magic, and you start vibing into it. It is not normal. It is not normal. Just watch when that moment that song is totally out of, that song is done, and still see if the same energy feel, you will still feel it by that song. You will not feel it anymore. You will absolutely not feel it anymore. But at that moment, that song is poured out. The negative force cast that spell out there, and people breathe it in. They began to sing along with it. And so that has been swapped. They just use it. You know, in most cases, when a soul is also being swapped, it is not like the soul has, die or go to whatever place. No, the soul still exists, but not in that body. So, and in most cases, a lot of people they don't know that their soul can be swapped, or they don't know that their body, when is in everything. When you become careless with that thing that's special to you, you can easily be swapped without you even knowing it, without even you having knowledge or whatever thing you might think of. You know, I was watching someone saying last time talking about, he said this person has been the same person living here in this body. So basically, that person has been swapping soul from body to body. That sense soul has been swapping body from body to body. This is one thing that is very kind of strange. And I find it very strange because I know it this thing a long time ago. When people is about to pass away, hospital place is not just an hospital place, it is a marketplace or a airport. you know souls go in and souls go out, and there are dark forces parading in the hospital place looking for body to possess. And when that happens, when they see a soul who is, who wants to go, or just for one reason or the other, and and the soul has no purpose. For example, let me use the word has no purpose, no goal. So when these dark forces, they see that it is an available vehicle, don't forget that you need this body to live on this planet, right? So that means because you need this body to live on this planet, that means for you to live on this planet, you need a body. That's why a ghost cannot come and sit and talk and live normal with us. You need a body because it's a spirit. So when these people, these entities in the hospital place, they look for body. They look for body that they want to use. So when they go to especially those intensive area department whereby people switch out and switch in and high people switch out and switch in, and they go there to see if the body is available. And when they see that the body is available, that is where they switch in into that body. And the male soul of that person go to places or wherever. And when that person, you see, when that moment whereby they will call it the near time death or the nearby death, how they call it. Where are you living? I'm living in Ireland. So, or near time death or nearby. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for all the thumbs up. Please subscribe. So, and and when they see that the body is available, what they do? They switch in. And the main soul of that body is out. It can be captured, sent to exile. And that is why there are so many souls, spirit souls, just wandering earth because their body has been taken. Their body has been, taken from them. And when their body is taken from them, they can no longer go inside their body because it is now being occupied by negative energy, by negative force. Don't forget, this is a vehicle. So it's like parking your vehicle. You wanted to go buy something or or do something. Before you come back, somebody has already, take your key and take your key and break into your car and take your car. That is the same thing that happens, and it happens every now and then, like happens seriously, like many. So it is not just something. Mostly it happens in every part of the it happens in every level of the world, from top leaders to local. It doesn't matter because it is the body that they need. And when they need that body, that means they can swap the soul of that person. Someone was doing a comparison how this person has been this person, has been this person, has been this person, and one soul. That soul has been using different body, but it's still the same person. It's still the same soul. It's just like, the soul swapping is so different from reincarnation because reincarnation, you will actually leave this realm. You actually totally leave this realm, and come back again. But soul swapping, you didn't leave. They just like catch up from this body and switch to this body. And there was an incident that happened in the world, but last month, if I'm not mistaken, and it was so triggering in the whole world, and then people were just talking about it. And I went to go and investigate. I was like, what? But this person, the soul was just swapped. So basically, the body is dead, but the soul didn't die. Of course, the soul cannot die. So what they do, they capture that soul and they are going to use it in another body, another entirely body. You see, the world that we are living in is so deep in the sense that there are so many things that is happening in between our eyes that we can't even talk about. But soul swapping is this thing that happens every now and then. And that is why most of the time, it's not just because when we talk about be mindful of places you go, Be mindful of the food you eat. Be mindful of the people you associate with. It's not because that people is trying to make you feel scared, make you worried. No, it's just because of these things happens. And even as we are talking about soul swapping, destiny swapping, all of this swapping, this body is a vehicle. For you to live in this realm, you need this body. And for this body to be made, it has to be made from the host, which is the mother, the feminist energy womb. That is where they put the engine to make this body. There is no lab whereby the body can be made. Otherwise, they would have made it already. If there was a physical lab, they would have made this body already, but there is not. So the lab was placed in the womb of the woman, so that that place you will feel safe, whereby those every part of growing for the body to develop, so that a soul can wear it to come out into this realm. And this has been programmed like that. But the negative entity always use the other way around, taking the body, because they can make a new body, because they can create a new body. There are so many robots out there that look so real, that look so human alike, but they don't have this kind of body of us. And that is where the whole thing gets so worried. That is where they miss it. And because of that, instead of they have tried so much, so much, so hard, to make a body on this earth, but it doesn't work. Excuse me. It doesn't work. So for that reason, they just swap a body. They just look for a body that is not useful, and they swap it. You see, to be idle in this in this realm is really bad. It's like you saying that you are not useful. And when you are not useful, that means someone that can make use of your body, they just use it. That is how kind of strange that this world is that we are living. But even as these things happen every now and then, if a soul is being swapped, the energy of that person shifts. Someone was saying that he met someone from long time ago, and he now met this person now, that it felt the energy of that person of long time ago in that same person. So the person was now kind of asking, could it be that the soul that he met years back is not the one living in this body? And it could be true. It could be true, because it can be so swapping. It can be swapped. It can be swapped, like seriously. That is why you need to be useful. You need to be having purpose of you living on this earth. Because if you are purposeless, you don't have purpose, you don't have vision, you don't have mission, you have nothing, all you just have is eat, sleep, you can be easily swapped. That's just it. You can be easily swapped, because it's like something that is not useful. I don't know if it is a law in this realm. I've not been able to understand that part yet. If it is a law in this realm that when you don't be useful, because you are supposed to be useful, when you are not useful, that you can be unuseful, in the sense that when you yourself are not useful to yourself, so somebody else can use you. I'm still trying to get that information straight, but when I do, I will share it with people. But It is good that you have a purpose, and it is good that you have a vision. It is good that you have something that gives you energy or something that make you feel alive. That is why when you have a job, they will say, do the job you love. Because why? You are giving yourself a purpose of standing up for that body be useful. Because if it is not useful, my dear, there are thousands of entity, spirit being looking for body to use. They will just swap your body away and they will move in and start using it. That is that is just that is just as crazy as it is. Have you not seen somebody who sometimes something happens to, whether get sick or one thing or the other, all of a sudden the person start to act so weird, and you're kind of like, it's like this person has changed. It's like it's not the same person anymore. It's like I can't feel that person, first person energy. It's like this person vibe is so changed now. It's like you just kind of, it's like, but you can't really understand it. Physically, you still see the person the way it look like, but the energy of that person is different, my dear. That person has been so swap. Simple. That is just it. That person has been so swap. That person's soul have been swapped. And because that person's soul has been swapped, that means, sorry, it's not the same person that used to be there anymore. See, in most cases, when a lot of people also have evil possession, when a spirit possess their body, it's still the same thing. Because don't forget, this is still a vehicle, meaning in this vehicle you have passenger seat and all this stuff, just like a normal vehicle that you are using. So in this vehicle, you can choose to have different passenger with you, because basically we all have it. You have your soul guide, your spirit guide, you have your angels, you have people guiding you. These are all your passengers you are taking with you, going with you. You are not ever alone. Never in your life think that you are alone. Like, seriously, you are never alone. Nobody is alone. You are never alone. You will always have people around you. So the same thing is when you as a being are having these people, negative energy people or negative entity with you, you also carry them along and also influence you. That is just the same way it goes. And because this body is a vehicle, meaning anything can be able to switch in and use it. So when you have negative energy people around you, that means you are carrying negative passengers that are influencing you. And the same thing that is still happen, that when we talk about this soul swapping, is that people just go in and see the availability of a soul, and that's so what they do, they switch it and they use it. And there is nothing you can do, because if you don't use your body well, someone else will help you to use it. That's simple as it is. If you don't use your body well, somebody else will help you to use it. Because this vehicle is one of the most expensive vehicle in the whole damn world. Yeah, this body vehicle is the most expensive. They have created so many robots, even have so silicone skin, but it has never been the same. Because the only lab that was that the only lab for this womb to be created, for this body to be created, was placed in the womb of a woman. Even they have cut a woman womb open, try to reconstruct it, put it in a lab, it still didn't work. So this body that you are using use it and nurture it well. Because if you don't use it well, there are entities, thousands, millions, ready to swap it out, ready to drive you out of that body so that they can use it for you. Simple as it is. That is just as simple, as easy as it is. There is no two ways about it. Make yourself useful, find a purpose, find a goal, and be useful. Because the only way they can come in or they can use your body if your body become useful to yourself. And that is why self-love is always still the goal. Because you are cherishing yourself, you are saying that you love you, this thing that you are using, and so therefore nobody else can take it from you. You see, it's still the same way when we talk about loving yourself and self-love, giving those energy to yourself, because those energy, it is your liberation. It safeguards you, it protects you, it keeps you safe, it make everything around you work good. So by so doing that, you also are safeguarding your body, this body, telling that, oh, you love this body, so negative entity can also use it for you. Negative entity. Sometimes when you see some people who all of a sudden they start to act so strange, and you kind of like, why is this person acting like this? Why is this person? It was not like this before. It just suddenly changed. It didn't suddenly change. It's just that the negative energy or a negative entity has taken over that body. That is just the way it is. A negative energy person has taken over that body. And because they have taken over that body, what do? They start to use it against the primary will of that person. And because it's against the primary will of that person, so the person now start to behave abnormal. And when the person behave abnormal, people are like, oh, this person is not like this before. This person is not like this before. Why is this person like this? Why is this person like this? No, of course, the person is not like that before, because the negative energy has started to use that body. It happens every now and then, like every now and then, this whole thing happens. It is it is one of those things that people overlook, and that is why you, as a person that is spiritually alert, you need to be mindful of the things around you, because this body is just a vehicle. That means anybody can drive it. If it makes available, anybody, any entity can have it and use it. So don't make yourself available so that negative energy people cannot use it. Because when you find a purpose and find a goal for yourself, negative energy people, they can never use it. Never. They can never use it. So I just want to take some few questions you know, before we go. So question. Someone is asking, if negative energy take your body, can you get it back? It depends how far it has been, you know. And in most cases, you getting it back yourself is not possible. It's unlikely impossible, because when you are out of a place, you can't be put in back. So it is only people that is outside that can actually help you to get your body back. It's just like getting your vehicle back. So if you have good people who kind of love you, cares for you, have you in their good heart, and start to see that you have negative, they start to sense the negative vibe around you, and they say, this person is not like this before, this person is not like this before. What happened and what happened, and they start to send positive energy to that body. What happens is, if the person that is sending it has a very high energetic vibration, it will be able to drive that negative energy out of the body. so that the male host, the male original or the male primary host of that body can possess that body again. That is how it is. So another person asking, so does that mean that like someone is possessed and if it is being prayed for and the person can regain his power? You see, one thing about doing STC is that when a body is being possessed by a demon, don't forget it's a vehicle, and that vehicle you have different passenger. So it depends on how many passenger of negative energy that person is carrying. For example, if the person is carrying so many, let's say, and because you cast out one demon doesn't mean that they are one. Go and read about STC, you will see that a lot of people who are possessed with demons, they are not possessed with one, they are more than 10, 5, 6. I told you it is a body, it is a vehicle, and there are many, many millions of thousands of negative energy out there who wants to use a body. So when they find a empty body, what do? They just sit and pack everything about them and come and live there as the host. So now, when just because someone be pray for and you think that a negative entity has left, no, it's not true. But the only thing that really work is if the original host have decided to claim the body, to have decided to love his body, has decided to find purpose, has decided to find goals, has decided to have something that give him reason to live for positive way. That is where it become contract con it become contract con it become contracted to the negative energy people because they can no longer use it for their own gain. The host wants it, the real owner wants it. Said, I'm what? When we talk about, I call my power back, calling your power back is the same thing that we are talking about. Like you are getting hold of your authority, you are taking hold of your territory, you are having it back, you are claiming it back because you will be prayed for and you don't have that authority to claim your authority back. Sorry, my dear, you might cast one demon. There are maybe 100 demon in that body. That is just as bad as it could look like. So for you to be able to get those body back, you yourself, you need to stand firm. Not just stand firm, you need to stand so strong so that you can get your body back. Meaning loving yourself is one of the key. I think I will do a video again now talking about this love yourself because sometimes people think that when you say love yourself, probably you're looking for someone to love you. No, love is an energetic frequency that has the power to bind and to break, that has the power to put together. So whatever thing that is not working for the sole purpose of your goal, of your soul mission, it's break it out. So now when you begin to love yourself, you are giving those energy, those frequency, those energy to yourself. And because you are doing that, every negative energy in your life, anything that is negatively, it will begin to fall apart just like that. They will begin to fall apart. That is why negative energy cannot possess that body. Never. It's not possible because that body is being. Thank you so much. Because that body is being useful, that body is being loved. It's just like this bottle, when it's being filled with water, no another water can go in, right? That is the same way. So when you are occupying that body well, using it well, no negative energy can go in. And the same way it is. So love is still the highest frequency. So somebody else, another question. He said, so you mean if love is the highest frequency, that means we need to love ourselves always. Exactly. You just need to love yourself always, no matter what happens, no matter the bad, no matter the up ups and downs, mistake, things bad, that bad. But you have to see the importance of your life. And I always say to people that in this realm, not everything is not real. Like this is a dream world. So because it's a dream world, it's not real. So whatever thing you are experiencing, it is a pre-written. It is a pre-written thing that you are experiencing. Like a movie, you are the one playing this character. Like me, I'm playing the character of Quincy. You understand? So this is a movie. So because it's a movie, that means everything that happens, you shouldn't kill yourself about it. You just have to know it is an experience. You are experiencing in this realm. So because you are experiencing in this realm, life goes on. So love yourself always at all costs. Always. It's not selfish. Self love is the one that will keep you going. Because when you love yourself so much, when you love yourself so much, you will start to see a lot of negative energy around you. A lot of negativity just begin to break out of you. That is just the way it is. So, thank you all so much for joining my live stream today. And it has been a beautiful evening talking about soul swapping. So, now you know. Remember, make yourself useful and never be available for negative entity to swap into you because it happens every now and then. You know, someone who began to automatically drink and drink and drink and become an alcoholic is not an alcoholic. It is an alcoholic entity who feel of those emotions of that person. You know, when an alcoholic person drunk and he forgot himself, he become down and useless. At that present time, the negative entity that is using that body, that has taken over that body, is the one that is making all those things happen. So that person become useless. Why? You know, the negative entity is possessing it. And that is why it is important. Find yourself a purpose. Do something that makes you happy and find yourself a goal. Cherish yourself, love yourself, make yourself feel worthy to yourself. Listen, nobody will love you more than you love yourself. Nobody will care for you more than you care for yourself. Find a good purpose for your life and do it. Negative energy will be far away from you. Negative entity will be far away from you. Thank you so much for this lovely, blessed evening. And I hope you enjoy and you learn something important about soul swapping. Have a blessed, lovely day. Thank you so much. Bye.